There aren't many places in the world that you can go to talk about governance, and really because I see governance as being so important to everything that we are about, all of our organisations, all of our endeavours. I'm just delighted to be able to come somewhere like the International Policy Governance Association conference to talk about governance across all sectors. And I think the theme of this year's conference, speaking the language of leadership, of board leadership, is so important, because if we can't actually distinguish what governance is about as opposed to what management is about, how can we ever hold anybody accountable for good governance and what's going to happen in our world if we don't have good governance? So I'm just delighted to be here today, especially with all the young governors here too, and feeling their excitement and interest is a huge boost. And I'm really looking forward to Minneapolis next year.
Kathy has just finished a seminar with the IPGA conference where we talked about the status of research in governance and policy governance. Kathy, what was your biggest takeaway from that workshop?
Well, I guess what I'm thinking about now, probably because we're about to translate this process, this demonstrated impact position, into an actual plan, is who are the people power and the resources that are going to move that forward. So I'm not sure that tells you much about the session itself, but that's where my thinking is at this moment. Trying to connect with people at the conference, whether they were in the workshop. There were quite a number of people who sat at the two tables yesterday and talked about the logic model. Who's the critical mass that's going to come together, take all of these amazing ideas that we've worked on during the course of the conference, actually make something happen. And I know you have a big job to do, because that's your team and you're the team leader. And we are here to support you in every way possible.
Thanks for those comments. Alan, this is the second time you've been engaged in a conversation about research related to IPGA. What do you think the priority is at this point?
That's a really good question, Karen. And the fundamental question that I saw that was posted on the wall was really just the definition of governance itself. It appears that there's a great deal of research that's being done, and the definition of governance is not being addressed. It looks like just defining the word governance is an opportunity for research, and then on top of that, then looking at, well, what's good governance? What are the dimensions of good governance?
Thank you.